Up in the air or on the ground. Come for a walk, come for a ride. There's so much to see, so come outside. What's in a tap? What fills the sink? What's good for washing in? What do we drink? It splashes and sloshes. It pours and flows, glugs and drips and overflows. It's water. Hello, my dears. Oh, no, this isn't for me. It's for Pippin. She hates having a bath, so she's bound to be hiding. Go and see if you can find her. I bet she's hiding in the cupboard. Yes, I thought so. She always hides in there. Shh. I can still hear water running. Shh. Listen. It's coming from outside. Dear, oh dear, that can't be right.
Good morning, Three Valleys Water Services, Rickmansworth.
I just thought I ought to let you know there's water gushing up from the ground outside my house.
Could you give me your address, please? Whereabouts is the water coming from?
It's coming up through the grass.
OK, well, I'll give the inspector a call and we'll get him down there as soon as we can.
Good. Goodbye, then. They may have to turn the water off for a while, so I'd better save some just in case. I'll need water for my cup of tea and water for cooking my supper in tonight. Oh, thank you very much, Pippin. But I don't. Do you think this'll hold water? Let's see. I'm sorry, Pippin. That's no good. But thank you for trying. I'll need water to wash in. And water for the loo. What a lot I need. I'd never really thought before how much I use in a day. Jolly lucky to have it coming out of the tap like this. Have you ever wondered where water comes from? Well, come outside and I'll show you. Pippin, it's time to fly. it is. The River Thames.
This is where my water comes from, the River Thames. Not everyone's water comes from the river, though. Yours might come from way down deep in the ground. Pippin, come here. You mustn't go in. It's too dirty. The water has to be cleaned, of course, before we get it. Oh, yes. Lots of things happen to it before it's safe to use. Over there, under the water, is a big pipe. And that's where my water starts its journey.
It goes through a screen, which takes out the rubbish. But it's far from clean, so it flows along the pipe. It goes round the bend, and on and on and on. Then to make it clean, they add a special kind of air. Now the dirt is disappearing, soon there won't be any there. It goes round the bend, and on and on and on. And then it's cleaned again with another special air, until it's pure and fresh, sparkling and clear. It goes round the bend, and it comes out here. There, they have turned it off outside. So it was a jolly good job I saved some. Pippin, shh! Pippin, be quiet. Pippin, shh! Stop making all that noise. This needs topping up now. Now it's ready to flush again. Look, I'll show you. The water goes down the pipe, into the loo, and flushes it out. There, ready for the next time. I wonder how long it'll be before they turn the water on again.
Have you found the leak?
Yes, there's a crack in the pipe down there.
Well, it take long to mend?
No, not long. I'll come and tell you when we finish.
Pippin, what are you doing trying to drink out of that jug? What's the matter with your bowl? Oh, it's empty. Pippin, I'm so sorry. I hadn't noticed. You remind me of the thirsty crow. Do you know that story? Once upon a time, there was a thirsty crow. She had been searching for a drink all day long, and the only water she could find was right at the bottom of a tall jug. She tried to reach it, but she couldn't. She tried to tip the jug over, but it was too heavy. It seemed she would die of thirst. She thought and thought, and suddenly she knew exactly what to do. She picked up a pebble and dropped it into the jug. She picked up another pebble and dropped that into the jug. Then another pebble. And can you see what happened to the water? It rose up higher and higher until at last the crow was able to drink her fill. What a clever crow. Oh, Pippin, shush. Hello.
Just to let you know, we've mended the pipe so you can turn on your water again.
That was quick. Splendid. Thank you. We'll wait for the water to heat up again, Pippin. Then I think it's time for your bath. Look up, look down, look all around. Up in the air or on the ground. Come for a walk, come for a ride. There's so much to see, so come outside. Pastry board and rolling pin, table, chair, shelves and door, piano, kennel, pencil, bed, pepper pot, spoon, cupboard, drawer. All these things are made of wood. Can you think of any more? Pippin, you're always hungry. You'd eat everything in the house if I let you. Hello, me dears. I'm just making some jam tarts for the children. They're coming round this afternoon for their music lesson. And I like to give them something to eat. Pippin, look. You've got some dog biscuits in your bowl. Eat those if you're hungry. She'd rather eat sweet things. But she shouldn't. They're not good for her. There. I use a lot of wooden things in my kitchen. Wooden pastry board, wooden rolling pin, wooden cupboards, wooden drawer, And inside the wooden drawer are some wooden spoons. Oh, no. These should be out, ready for the children. We've been making up a piece of music using wooden things to make wooden sounds. I'll get the children to play it for you when they come. What else can you see in here that's made of wood? A wooden table and a wooden chair. Said the table to the chair, "You can hardly be aware how I suffer from the heat and from chilblains on my feet. If we took a little walk, we might have a little talk. Pray let us take the air," said the table to the chair. Said the chair unto the table, "Now you know we are not able. How foolishly you talk when you know we cannot walk." Said the table with a sigh, "It can do no harm to try. I've as many legs as you. Why can't we walk on two?" So they both went slowly down and walked about the town with a cheerful bumpy sound as they toddled round and round. And everybody cried as they hastened to their side, "See, the table and the chair have come out to take the air." I'd get a shock if my table and chair went for a walk. Imagine. But come to think of it, if Pippin and I hadn't gone for a walk one day, I wouldn't have that chair. Let me tell you the story. It was a lovely day, so we decided to go somewhere special for our walk. There it is. That's where we're going, Pippin, for a walk in the woods. Pippin had never been in such a huge wood before. She loved it.
Pippin! Pippin? Pippin? There you are.
My goodness me! What's going on here? They told me they were cutting down the trees and using the wood to make furniture. Nearby, they'd planted lots of baby trees. In years to come, they'll grow big and tall. Then they invited us to see what happens to the wood. And that's how wood from the trees is turned into chairs. It started as a tree growing in the wood. They cut it up and left it out to dry. Then they put it in the oven to dry it even more, and then began to cut it up again. This is how they make a chair, make a chair, make a chair. This is how they make a chair in the factory. Some pieces stuck with glue, they would make a seat, while other wood was turned to make it round. On the next machine, some wood was bent to make the back, and then they carved a special shape, the swan. This is how they make a chair, make a chair, make a chair. This is how they make a chair in the factory. And then they made the frame, fixed it to the seat. The seat was smoothed and stained to show the grain. There, the back went on. Look, there's the swan. The arms, they went on last. Then polish it, and there's a brand new chair. This is how they make a chair, make a chair, make a chair. This is how they make a chair in the factory. I liked the chair so much, I decided to buy one. And here it is in my living room. The tarts. Ooh. Just in time. They smell good. No, Pippin. They're not for you. Oh, here they are. Hello, me dears. Come in. That's right, in there. girl. You leave those tarts alone. Here we are, a jam tart each, when we've played our music. No, Pippin. And one for me for later. Now, Pippin, sit and behave. Right now, are we ready to play? And stop. Well done. That was very good. Pippin! Look up, look down, look all around. Up in the air or on the ground. Come for a walk, come for a ride. There's so much to see, so come outside. You can cut it. You can tear it. You can fold it. You can wear it. You can read it. And write on it. And even make things from it. It's paper. Newspaper. Thank you very much, Pippin. Pippin, let go of it. Pippin! Hello, me dears. Every day it's the same. She goes to the shop to fetch my newspaper, and then she won't give it to me. Pippin? She thinks it's a game. All right. You win. I shall read it later. I've just bought a birthday present for my nephew Jay. It's a book all about paper. It tells you where paper comes from and how it's made. How many things on my table are made of paper? Can you count them? Bless you, Pippin. How many things did you count? Well, there are the pages in the book. That's one. And the paper it's wrapped up in. That's two. And the gift tag. That's three. And the carrier bag. That's four. 4 things made of paper. Any more? Paper handkerchiefs. That's 5. 5 things made of paper. And this is going in my scrapbook. It's full of all sorts of different paper. There. Now I'm going to show you where paper comes from. Come outside. Pippin, it's time to fly. Pippin, we don't need to take my newspaper. I shall read it later, when we come home. Now, give it to me. All right, then. But mind you look after it. There it is. Look at all those trees down there, Pippin. That's where we start, in the forest.
This is where paper comes from. The trees. Hello? There are young trees growing in amongst the old ones. Look. Here. And here. And over here, they've planted lots of new, young trees.
To the paper mill.
Oh, yes, please. Come on, Pippin. Paper mill where they make newspaper. This sort of paper, but without the words on it. It's all right, Pippin. I don't want the newspaper yet. I shall read it later, so you can look after it. First of all, the logs are cut up into chips. No. Not the ones you eat. These are the wood chips. They all go into a huge machine which crushes them and turns them into this. It's like cotton wool. Come and see the big machine. It's very noisy. Pippin, what have you found? Oh, look, waste paper. Thousands of old newspapers and magazines. They're all going to be used again. The old newspapers and magazines are mixed with water to make them soft. The mixture has to be cleaned. And it ends up looking like this. And these two are mixed together in the biggest machine I've ever seen. Lots of things happen inside this machine. And right at the end, here it is, paper. It started as part of a tree, and now it's newspaper.
Pippin, what are you doing? Here you are. You can carry this home as a souvenir.
Paper, paper, sing all about it. Paper, paper, we can't do without it. It can be magazines, books, comics or newspaper, wallpaper, kitchen rolls, tissues or loo paper. Paper, paper, sing all about it. Paper, paper, we can't do without it. It can be paper, chain streamers and giveaway free bags, letters and envelopes, labels and tea bags. Paper, paper, sing all about it. Paper, paper, we can't do without it. A piece of this newspaper is going straight into my scrapbook. Now, Pippin, if you don't mind, I'd like to read my newspaper. Pippin, if you don't give it to me, you won't get any supper. Thank you. Pippin!